Hello there, welcome to episode 128 of the Daily Shed. And today I want to talk a little bit about using the capo. If you haven't used the capo very much so far, I just want to sort of introduce it a little bit as a tool, not just for switching keys. People often use it as a means of switching keys to get in a better vocal range, but it really makes a big difference on the guitar in terms of your tone and your feel. If you think about, like, if you're playing instrumental guitar and you have a little thing like progression like that, it sounds very different if you go. It's a lot brighter. Even just putting the capo just 2 frets up, that also makes, even just 1 fret up. If you want to really change the tone, move it all the way up to 5 frets. Exactly the same lick. It's in a different key, but very different from here. Like that. So by playing the same piece and simply moving around with the capo, you get a totally different tone out of it. It also changes the feel very much. If there's something like this little lick, a little pull off like that, that's hard to get, as you're playing it. You'll find that by moving the capo up, the strings are a little closer to the fretboard, and just by caping it even 1 or 2 frets up. And so like that maybe isn't so easy down at the first position. If you capo it up at the 2nd fret, you'll find it's a little bit easier to play. And capoing up at maybe the 5th fret, going way up like that. Hey there, Rick. Thanks for joining. You find that capoing it up at the 5th fret, the strings are even closer to the fretboard. It lowers the action. That's what, if you don't know that term, action is the term for the distance between the strings and the fretboard. So something like that now becomes very easy if you capo at the 5th fret. Whereas down at the 1st position, it's not so easy. So again, even if you're not singing, and you don't really have a need for a capo, using it to change the tone is a really interesting way to vary things. It's also a nice way to kind of vary things if you're playing a whole set, maybe of instrumental guitar. Using a capo to vary the tone, even if you're not changing your composition, you're just playing in a different key, is a great thing to do. I myself will sometimes capo it all the way up at the 7th fret. It really changes things a lot. The action is very low. The action is, and the tone is very bright. It almost sounds like a different instrument. And things like that are very easy to do when you're up at the 7th fret. So it's a nice way to vary the tone for that purpose too, even if you're not changing anything else about the composition. So I hope that's useful to you. I should add that the first time I bought a capo was maybe just 4 years ago. I never used a capo, never owned a capo before that. I always felt like I'd rather just, change the keys by changing my chords. Some people call it a crutch, and I kind of felt that way until I realized that it can really change the tone of your guitar. And if you see flamenco players, you'll very often see them put a capo at the 1st or 2nd fret, and it's just because they're using it to change the tone and the feel for the kind of fast playing that's often done. It really helps a lot, and it makes the tone brighter. So the capo can be a really nice tool for varying the tone and feel of the guitar. So I hope this is useful to you. As always, let me know any questions or comments you might have, and if you have any ideas for future shed lessons. All right, thank you so much for joining. Have a great rest of your day.